Hi everybody, it's Olivia Rosalie. I'm going to do a few pictures with this video and my story. I started my journey on April 13th, 2009. My daughter had a birthday party on the 11th, which is her birthday, and I saw a picture of myself and I was completely, absolutely horrified. I logged onto Weight Watchers within 5 minutes of seeing the picture. And I logged on to Weight Watchers and I signed up for my monthly pass. And the next morning, I physically weighed in at 370 pounds. So I followed the program for the first 10 weeks with just diet. And then I had a thyroid issue that was going on, and which I've had a thyroid issue for years, but I wasn't taking the medicine properly. And I called the endocrinologist, and they got me in the next day. It's like there was a sign or something. And he'd never seen me that big before, and we did labs, we fixed meds, and then I had to go home. And it was about 6 weeks later. It was July 30th, 2009. I had to sit down and say, okay, you've now bounced for 6 weeks. You've bounced between 4 pounds. You know you can do this. You've done it before. You need to buckle your crap down and just do it. And I looked back at what I did after I lost weight with Willie, and I did my calendar with my weekly goals, 10-week increments. I started walking 1 hour a day. That was basically all that I had to do. I didn't have a club membership, but I could walk. It was warm enough. I could walk outside. And then I also weighed myself every day, which is the worst habit in the world you could ever do. But it worked for me back then, and it worked for me again. And that's what I did. So, with the walking and everything and being spot on with my food, you have to take a really good look. That Weight Watchers gives you all this, what would you call it? Flexibility. And I was making choices. I finally got to a point where I had to get to the mentality, okay, 100 calorie packed, bad news. Because this is what you ate to get fat to begin with. Why are you going to eat it in a smaller portion? And by the time I was finished, I would have 2 gone. And it wasn't worth doing it. I would find a good granola bar that was higher in fiber, higher in protein, and spend my points on something like that versus something else. Vitamuffins is also one of the great things that I had. One point, I loved them. They came out with the sandwich thins, which was awesome for me. It was just little things. But once I started walking and I was spot on with my food, the weight started to fall off. It was when I finally got to, the biggest ones, I think, was when I got to, I'm trying to get under 300. And I remember being 5.2 away, and I'm like, I'm getting it next week. I know I'm not supposed to lose 5 pounds in a week, but I'm getting it next week. And I worked out like a mad woman, twice a day, probably a total of 2.5 hours. I did everything my little body would let me do just to get it done. And I popped off like 6.4, I think it was, or something like that. But I knocked it out of the park, and I was able to say goodbye to the 200s, and that was the best part in the world. Sorry, I mean, I was out of the 300s. So I went back to the endocrinologist in January, and I was down about 85 pounds, 75 since I had seen him last. And it was pretty cool because when he walked in the room, didn't really say anything. And then he started to look at numbers. And he's the type of doctor that physically does not say anything until he thinks about it. And he told me I did something remarkable, which is really, really cool that that's what he said. And I said I did exactly what I told you I was going to do. I said I was going to get the weight off. And I had a ways to go, but I was getting the weight off. I had my first injury, and I had to deal with that. I was down for about a week. Mentally, it got harder because my body slowed down. Ended up having my doctor change my 265 goal to 285. I managed to be at goal then, do my 5 weeks of maintenance or 6 weeks of maintenance, and then be able to be a lifetime member at Weight Watchers, which was March 1st, 2010. I hit my next 10-week goal that I was doing a month late, but I got there. And that was the last one that I actually hit because the way that I was losing in the beginning, I was losing 2 to 3 pounds a week. So my goal was 2.5 pounds. And by the time you get that small and you've lost as much as I have, that's a lot of weight to lose at one point in time. So I plateaued a bit, and I got really comfortable at 265 when I finally got there. That's where my body stopped the last time I lost weight. And so I then had Becky's birthday, which was really cool to be able to celebrate with her and to be able to do the pictures with her and then put them together. So at this point in time is when everything got really hard for me. Eventually, I tried to start doing different workouts. I did some Turbo Jam, which I am still to this day in love with. And I heard about the buzz about Chalene Extreme, which is weight training. And for me, it was great because not having a clue of what to do. And the program was a 90-day program, and it was a different concept, but it was really cool. And I probably didn't pass my test that I should have taken to be able to do it, but I did it anyhow. And it was really cool because I was down about 30 pounds, and I was down 30 pounds, about 36 inches, and I went from a 24 to 18, which is really cool. And then everything really got hard. I made mistakes. I overtrained. I made mistakes. I overtrained. I didn't eat enough. And I think it was a process that I had to learn. And so basically over the next year, I've bounced between anywhere from 230 to 260. I've maintained wonderfully, and my workouts have maintained me to the point where I can eat just about anything I want here and there and not have to worry about the scale going up. I weigh more if I don't weight train. I weigh less if I do. I currently, 5 weeks ago, I started a round of Turbo Fire, and I'm trying to follow the schedule exactly how it's written, and going from there and knowing that it's going to happen, and I'm going to get to Wonderland. That is my next goal. So, but that's the biggest thing, is you've got to physically just stick with it. I mean, I've bounced between 20 pounds. I think I've lost 100 pounds with gaining it, losing it, gaining it, losing it. But I'm still in the fight. I still do what I need to do, and I'm never going to give up trying to get under 100. I want to be somewhere under 200. I want to be somewhere between 190 and 195. So I have that 5 pounds I can bounce between, and that's it. If I get lower than that, that's awesome. But if I don't, as long as there's a 1 in front of my number, I am completely happy with that. And the doctors took me at 265, let alone before. So I've surprised a lot of people, and my doctors just give me this quirky little smile every time they see me now. So, but I hope you enjoyed watching this, and you just need to do it. What are you waiting for? because it isn't going to do itself. You have to do it by yourself for you. Make the people that don't think that you can do this, prove to them that you can. And no, I did not have any surgery. There was no knives. I was maintained and watched by my regular doctor, by my endocrinologist, and my chiropractor, and all of them. They just give me this big cheesy grin. So my next video I am going to do tomorrow is going to be the tips that I have that have to keep me going and what I've learned over this journey. I want to be able to have a little time to get them together. And my progression video is out there. There's two of them. There's the one that has the grammatical errors, and then the one that me and Brad sat there and fixed last night, which I really like that one. I was able to fix a couple things I saw that I didn't like about the first one, but the first one's got almost 400 views already, and for me, that's awesome. Little old me, 400 people have taken time to watch that little video. I love it, and thank you for that. So have a good day, everybody, and just know that you can do it. If I can, anybody can.